welcome to Project My Life. I'm Anthony Monetti.
Karen Monetti.
All right, good stuff. Today we're talking about meal prep and why it's important and why you should be doing it if you're not doing it. And if you aren't doing it and you have an excuse why you're doing it, we're going to prove you wrong. Deal?
Sure.
All right, what are we talking about? About
Meal prep.
I know. What about it though? Why is it important? You stress it all the time.
I do stress it all the time because proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? So instead of relying on just going through the day, like, what am I going to eat today? Put the time in, meal prep, so there's no excuses of you not eating well. Or
I don't have time to meal prep.
Oh, that's BS. Okay, everybody's busy, I feel, right? Whether you're
No,
working.
you don't understand my busy.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, my
understand.
busy is
You're
way busy. No, you don't. But you just. Some people say it.
Mm-hmm. But you're super
But
busy.
mine. You don't
Do
understand
you
my
have a crock pot?
Yeah, I do, but you don't understand how
Do
busy
you
I
have a
am.
crock pot?
I do.
Do you scroll on your phone at night when you're home from work?
I
on
do,
Instagram?
but it's just an escape.
Yeah, how long do you scroll for?
My screen time is obnoxiously abnormal high.
Then you could take some of that screen time.
No, but
and
that's
put
just
some
an
things in a
escape. It's
crock
just
pot.
an escape from
Your
me.
food could be an
All right,
escape from
Talk
it.
to me. What are you making me today? What are we talking about?
That's not. We're jumping around. That's not.
That's part of the Project My Life.
So the importance of meal prep.
Go for it.
All right. It really is to prepare yourself. So when trials come or challenges come or you are exhausted, that you have something ready to go. So you don't have to DoorDash or go out to eat or succumb to the temptations of not eating great, right? I literally just had a client session and, he said, I'm getting rid of my DoorDash app because I've come to the realization that is what I always go to when I'm tired. DoorDash because I'm too tired. He was like, and last night I took your recommendations. I got the tuna in the packets. You don't even have to drain them. They're just, you open them, the tuna's ready. He's like, I mix it with a couple of things and I put it on a sandwich and I ate that for my dinner. He was like, it was the easiest thing. He was like, I was tired, but I didn't DoorDash because I made something. Now I know that I can do that again.
Yeah, but tuna compared to like a Mexican DoorDash or some kind of Mexican food or Chinese food from a
All right,
DoorDash.
that was his specific
Okay.
sample, right? Like
Because
that's
some people use the excuse of like taste when you're meal prepping. It's got to taste good.
that's why companies make spices. And marinades and all those other things. Like you don't have to just boil chicken for meal prep or grilled chicken and eat it plain old grilled chicken. Like you can play around with spices and that takes no extra time. You just shake a couple spices while it's cooking, right? And there's also ways to cut down on meal time or meal prep time, which we don't have a lot of time to talk about that right now, but there's a lot of ways that you can cut time out. Now, at the end of the day, even if you hate cooking, and I hear this all the time, I'm not a good cook, so I don't meal prep. Well, don't let that stop you from cooking. Pull up a recipe online, like something that's so simple and easy, and follow it to the T, and I'm sure it's gonna taste okay. And if that even fails, let's say that you really don't have time, or you're sick, or you really have a hate for cooking and it puts you in a bad place, there's a lot of prepared foods that you could just go buy that are already done. So you can go to the grocery store to their fresh food prepared section. You can call up a meal prep service.
If you have an interest in us cooking for you, we will provide that service.
Oh, will we?
Maybe that's coming soon. You never know.
Well, we used to do that.
That's how we started our business.
So like you can call up a meal prep service though. And even if you didn't like their specific meals, most of them offer bulk food. So you can literally buy a pound of chicken from them.
What we're trying to do is just cut down the BS and help you make your meal prep as easy as possible.
Yeah.
And I used to be very plain,
Bland.
Those are, I'm trying to combine those two words with my food prep because it was easy and efficient and it got the result that I wanted. I was able to, drop weight. I was able to look better, and obviously for a competition, I was a little bit, more focused on a certain season of the year. But meal prep can be something that you do all the time if you're looking to just maintain a healthy lifestyle. I'm very grateful and lucky, so to speak. Fortunate that Karen is the best sous chef in the world.
Sous chef?
Yeah, she helps me with preparing meals, so it makes my life a lot easier. So she's prepping the meals, she's prepping the foods so I can cook them.
Oh yeah.
No, Karen's just the
Hashtag false.
hashtag bullshit. All right, so what are you making today? That's quick and easy.
Protein pancake.
Boom, let's go.
And the reason I like these protein pancakes, and we make them when we travel, and we bring them with us. because you can make them ahead of time. They're so simple, quick. You can add anything into them. Like this is the base, and then you could throw anything into them. And they're great travel foods because you just wrap them up in foil, freeze one or two as like, you know, if you put them in a lunch tote, and that could be your ice pack, and they'll defrost as you're traveling. And then you keep some that are just fresh from the fridge. They're so good. I've even used these as like bread and put turkey meat inside of it traveling.
Have you really?
Yeah, we used to go to Lancaster because I couldn't have bread. In Lancaster, good luck getting gluten-free foods. So I made a bunch of pancakes, and when we would have like, when we went with Jim and Liz, and we had deli meats and everybody made sandwiches, I just used that as my sandwich bread. You do what you gotta do. But the protein pancake is so simple, and if you only have 5 minutes to make a meal, this is so simple. You take your blender, literally, you blend eggs and oatmeal, and that's it. And then you put it on the frying pan and
We need me to get. This is no care, I'm just not gonna be enough to move here. I'll stay in the back.
You always need to stay out of my kitchen when I'm cooking.
Whoa.
You get in my way. I don't like people in my way when I cook. So a protein pancake, super simple. You guys can put anything into it too. The base that I use is just 1 egg, bunch of egg whites, and some oatmeal, and then I'm gonna throw some banana into this. But you can flavor any way you want. You don't need to use the banana. You can just put it on the pan and throw some berries in it. We'll do that sometimes. If I want it a little bit sweeter, I'll throw applesauce into the blender, just a little bit. You could throw pumpkin, you could put chia seeds, hemp seeds, peanut butter, coconut oil. Like, you can really get crazy with this. But I like to make them basic because I like to add to them based upon what I'm looking at for my day. So we talk about tracking macros, right? This is a really basic one. So if I need more fats in that meal, I can just put peanut butter on top of it, right? Or I can put butter on it, make it like a real pancake. So I just like to do the base. So the base, I'm gonna use cage-free egg whites, a whole egg, yes, the whole egg, because the yolk is the most important part, and some oatmeal, but I'm gonna throw some banana in because Monetti's hungry and he needs a little bit more carb. So one thing I do recommend is getting your scale and weighing everything so you could track it accurately and you know you're eating enough. It's the easiest way to do it. So I just crack everything and throw it right into here on the scale.
Turn the pan on.
Is this your help? Is this your prep for me? You're gonna help me by assisting the pan? You know, that's a good idea though. We should turn the pan on beforehand. So something we like to use is an olive oil sprayer. I'm not a fan of those aerosol cans. I just don't like them. So this is great because it's real fresh olive oil. A couple spritz of that. I'll let it warm up and then I'll roll it around the pan so the pan gets coated evenly. It's my trick. I got the egg in the blender here. I'm gonna measure out my egg whites.
How important is it to measure it while you're cooking it?
Well, I think it's super important if you're tracking macros and if you really want to know your portion size and are you eating enough versus are you not eating enough? Are you overeating? I think it's really important. And I always get the, I don't have time to measure my food. You put it on the scale and put everything in it at the same time. It takes no extra time to measure your food then. That's it. So take this. You can also put some cinnamon in this, which is really good. I just don't have it available right now, so I'm not using it. Pancake base. Right into the pan. We make big ones here. We don't separate them out. It's gonna be one big pancake. You wait until you get all the bubbles up here, and then you flip it. And that's really it. This will take less than 5 minutes to make. If you want to add more protein to this, you can do two things. You can add protein powder into the blender before you actually put it on the pan. Or what we like to do, because we don't like to use syrup, is we make a protein syrup. So we take protein powder, put water in it so it's a little bit runny, and sometimes we'll throw some PB2 in that or peanut butter, and we'll mix it up, and that is our topping on the pancake. So now it's a protein type of syrup. We always have kombucha. We have mushes, which are so delicious. Those are good pre-workouts. We have our bread. This is Cheech's section up here. So we have his chicken, we have his joint support. That's homemade chicken stock that we use for soups or drink. This is my meal prep this week. That's basil, creamy basil chicken. Got some roasted potatoes in here, chicken, some carrot turmeric soup that we're almost out of. Broccoli, there's our egg whites. This is typically what a Monetti's fridge looks like. It's just the choices, the meal prep is different every week. And then of course we can't go without the chocolate. That's our fridge.
It looks so good. It's like so perfect.
So now we take a little bit. We like to make it a smear on here. It's, you know what, this is almost like a frosting.
Wow. Look how fluffy it is, though.
I know. Yeah.
Why don't you make them for me every day?
Try it. What do you think? Delish.
I'm not just saying that. It's really good. It's fluffy. It's not dry.
Yeah.
It's got a nice texture to it. Taste the banana for sure.
Literally from fridge to plate, 5 minutes.
Good?
So good.
So easy. If you need more ideas for meal prep, I have something for you. I came out with my recipe book last year. It's called Meal Prep Made Simple. It's 40 recipes, breakfast, lunches, dinners, sides, chia puddings, soups, you name it, it's in there. The recipes are super easy. Everything is completely macroed out for you. There's a ton of flavor. And it's meant for meal prep, so you make it once and you have food for a couple days. Check it out in my Instagram profile. There's a link for it. You have more here.
Believe in yourself. Trust the process. Practice patience.
Toodaloo.
Give us grace and glory.